Great to have you with us. Please like, subscribe, and share. Welcome back. I'm Chris Highland. Thanks so much for joining us. With that, I just wanted to chill out and thought I would check out some more Tom MacDonald. So shout out to Wise, who turned me on to Tom MacDonald in general, and shout out to the whole Hog family who has welcomed me with open arms in the comments. Thank you so much. This one goes out to Tracy. We're going to check out Fake Woke today. So I'm excited. I'm hoping I get as good a laugh as I got out of People So Stupid, because that thing was hilarious. So before we get started, if you could please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on. We're really trying to hit 5,000 subscribers by the end of the month, which is a huge goal. But if you could help us out, I'd really appreciate it. So please share this video with your friends, your family, your neighbors, your relatives, your enemies, if you're so inclined, people you know, even people you don't know. Let's make it fun. And without further ado, let's check out Tom MacDonald, Fake Woke.
I think it's crazy I'm the one who they labeled as controversial, and Cardi B is the role model for 12-year-old girls. There's rappers pushing Xanax at the top of the billboard, but if I mention race in a song, I'm scared I'll get killed for it. It's backwards, it's getting exponentially dumb.
It's absolutely backwards. It's absolutely crazy. The people that they have set up as role models are not really at all. It makes me think of videos by people such as Jason Whitlock and others who've talked about the idea that people are installed. They're compromised, they're controlled resistance, and they get installed in places. So a lot of these role models, I don't even think are natural role models. I think they were placed there. And so shout out to Tom MacDonald, who's bucking the trends. He's right. If Cardi B can be a role model, then we're in a bad place.
It's more difficult to get a job than purchase a gun. Eminem used to gay bash and murder his mom, and now he doesn't want fans if they voted for Trump. We're ashamed to be American. You should probably love it because you have the right to hate it and not get stoned to death.
And how right is that? Right? Somehow Trump has become public enemy number one. Whether you would like him, love him, hate him, whatever, right? He's got a set of policies. Other people have a set of policies, but when did it become okay to literally hate Donald Trump for being Donald Trump, right? Nobody hated Joe Biden for everything that he's done. Nobody hated Bush, although, I mean, they did, but not to this level. This is totally new. It's as if they've labeled him persona non grata in Washington. And I think it's because he wanted to take down the swamp. He wanted to destroy the establishment and the little country club that both Republicans and Democrats had built for themselves, where they all got rich off wars, off lobbyists, off pharmaceutical drug sales, you name it. Whatever the mode of the day was, they all got rich. Hence, people showed up, stayed in Washington for 30 years with a $150,000 salary and walk out worth $900 million. Do the math on that one.
Death in public. As children, we were taught how to walk and talk, but the system wants adults to sit down and shut up. Cancel culture runs the world now. The planet went crazy. Label everything we say as homophobic or racist. If you're white, then you're privileged, guilty by association. All our childhood heroes got Me Too'd or they're rapists. They never freed the slaves. They realized.
I'm going to back this up because I want to hear where he goes with the next verse. But that is so true, right? My parents taught me how to think for myself, to stand up, to have an opinion, to be able to back it up with facts, but at the same time to be kind, right? To be accepting of other people, right? I don't have to hate other people to disagree with them. But now, if you disagree with somebody, then you're a homophobic, or you're a racist, or you're a bigot, or you're something else, and you get canceled for disagreeing. But we're not allowed to think for ourselves anymore. No. If you don't go along with the thing, the prevailing thing, whatever that is. Remember when Russia invaded Ukraine and everybody was posting Ukrainian flags on their social media like that was some huge sign of solidarity? And if you didn't, oh, you got canceled. How dare you? How dare you not want to support somebody else in a foreign war, 8,000 miles away? No. It's time for us to all start thinking for ourselves again, backing up our opinions with facts, and then let's have a debate. Let's be able to discuss in the public forum whose ideas are best. That's the whole point of a democracy, of a republic, of what we were handed by our founding fathers, was that all ideas were fair game in the court of public opinion, in the court of open ideas. And those that didn't stand the muster would fail and get defeated. We're not allowing that to happen anymore. We don't have real honest debate anymore. We just cancel people that we don't agree with. as we all sit in our echo chambers and conduct groupthink. All right, let's back this up a little bit because I want to hear where he goes next. This dude is awesome. I'm loving Tom MacDonald. This dude is awesome.
Me Too or the rapists. They never freed the slaves. They realized that they don't need to change. They gave us tiny screens. We think we free because we can't see the cage. They knew that race war would be the game they need to play. For people to big teams, they use the media to feed the flame.
Okay. He's absolutely correct. He's absolutely correct. Obviously, at the beginning of this country, right, slavery was a big deal. It's a scar on this nation. It is, I mean, it's something that we unfortunately was part of our history. Thank God we fought a war to get rid of it. But it will always be a scar on this nation, one that will probably never fully heal. It'll always be there. But we need to be reminded of that. But what he's absolutely correct about is, hey, they being the globalists, the elites, the establishment, have figured out how to make us all slaves. And it just, I mean, if you watch 1984, it is so apropos. Orwell is predicting the future. You stick people in front of screens with entertainment, you feed them blood and circuses in some way, shape, or form, and dumb them down with drugs, whether it's pharmaceuticals or illicit drugs or just drugs of things like sexually explicit material, where the dopamine hit just keeps coming, and you will keep them dumbed down and compliant. And that's what they've been doing. They've got people numbed out in front of screens of all types, not paying attention to who's ripping them off, who's scamming them out of not just 10 or 100 or 1,000, but trillions of dollars. It's time for America, all of us, Republican, Democrat, liberal, conservative, to wake up to what the globalists, the establishment, the hardcore progressives are doing. I love this.
Media to feed the flame. They so fake woke. Facts don't care about feelings. They know they won't.
That's right. Facts do not care about your feelings. Facts are facts. As much as the establishment media, which tries to change the facts or create new facts or make up facts out of whole cloth that are actually just fiction, he's right. Facts do not care about your feelings. It's time that we remembered that, right? The greatest generation, the World War II generation, the fact was we needed to go fight a war to stop a fascist dictator. And facts didn't care about feelings. And so they went and did it.
Tell me what to believe in. Hey, so fake, whoa, same old, safe zones. Hey, so fake, whoa, facts don't care about your feelings. I think it's crazy how these people screaming facts, but they fake woke. Hate their neighbor cause he wears a mask or he stays home. Has a daughter, but his favorite artist said he slays hoes. Picks her up from school, music slaps on the way home. Censorship's an issue cause they choose what they erase. There's a difference between hate speech.
We got people fighting each other over some of the most nimnod issues, right? If somebody wants to wear a mask, let them wear a mask, okay? I don't think they're highly intelligent at that point because they haven't checked out the research of what actually works or doesn't work, but that's okay. But then I love what he says, he has a daughter, but his favorite music is about slaying prostitutes. How are we allowing that stuff into our homes and then calling it normal?
And speech that you hate. I think Black Lives Matter was the stupidest name when the system's screwing everyone exactly the same. I just want to spend Thanksgiving Day with food and my family without being accused of celebrating native casualties. We got so divided, it's black and white and political. Republicans are bigots, libtards if you're liberal. There's riots in our streets and it's just getting worse. Y'all screaming deep on the police, y'all are genius for sure. They're underfunded already, they're way too busy to work. Order food and call the cops, see what reaches you first.
Oh God, he's got it so right on that one. They're creating this small group of people have figured out how to create riots in the streets, how to organize paid mobs and galvanized mobs, stirred up mobs, and then yes, they talk about defunding the police. He's absolutely right. You've got 911 response times in places like New York and Chicago at 55 minutes. 55 minutes. If you call 911, you will not see a police officer for an hour. it's on you now because the police officers are understaffed, way overworked, and now you've got people demonizing them, calling for them to be further defunded while these same liberal cities release prisoners, defendants, and people who've been arrested with zero bail, no cash bail. It's crazy. They're flooding criminals into the streets at the same time they defund the police, and then and you expect anything different than riots and problems. They did this in another country once too. They did it in Ukraine in 2014. Check out the facts. The CIA, the State Department, and the Pentagon orchestrated a coup in Ukraine. Check that one out.
Segregation ended, that's a lie in itself. That was a strategy to make us think they were trying to help. They knew that racism was hot if they designed it to sell. We buy up every single box and divide us ourselves.
That's right. And when I say they, I'm talking this establishment group, these globalists, the establishment, the swamp, have figured out how to turn us against one another. We have so much in common as, first of all, human beings. Second of all, as Americans, that we should be galvanizing together. But instead, they've got us divided up into every little box that we can think of, playing the intersectionality Olympics. It's black versus white. It's gay versus straight. It's Chinese versus Hispanic. I mean, they've got us all divided up, fighting each other over nothing, while they run off with the money. They're scamming us, all of us. Everybody is getting equally played in this. Black, white, Hispanic, Asian, everybody. Gay, straight, you name it, we're all getting scammed. And it's time for all of America to wake up and realize who the real enemy is.
Fake woke, facts don't care about feelings. They know, they won't tell me what to believe in. They so fake woke, same old safe zones. They so fake woke, facts don't care about your feelings. We use violence to get peace and wonder why it isn't working. That's like sleeping with a football team to try and be a virgin. Politicians.
Did you really say that? Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Oh, it makes me think of high school. It makes me think of a couple girls in high school who I think tried that. Oh my God, that's a riot. Okay, sorry about that. Using violence to get peace. The only time using violence to get peace actually works is when you have a righteous war. And there have been very few of those in our life, not even in our lifetimes, in even recent history. World War II is about the only one I can think of where there was a literal enemy who was an enemy who should have been an enemy and who we had to go fight because he was hell-bent on conquering the entire world and bringing it under his racist, fascist boot. And so the countries of the world, both West and East, had to unite to defeat that. But beyond that, almost every war, police action, you name it, whatever they want to call it, that's happened in the last 100 years has been an entire fabrication of a small group of people who get rich off war. And so using that to get peace is never going to work because all it does is lead to the next one. I love his analogy. I can't get that out of my head. Okay, let's back that up. I might just want to laugh again while we go through this.
Same old safe zones. They so fake woke, facts don't care about your feelings. We use violence to get peace and wonder why it isn't working. That's like sleeping with a football team to try and be a virgin. Politicians are for sale and someone always makes the purchase. But you and I cannot afford it. Our democracy is worthless. If a man has mental illness, call him crazy. Say it silently. When country's going crazy, we accept it as society. Get sick and take a pill. When the side effects get you high, you get addicted like these rappers dying fighting sobriety.
So correct. Our democracy has unfortunately been for sale for the last 60 years. When we kicked prayer out of schools, when we kicked religion out of the public square, when we decided that we would go it alone without God, I remember what Benjamin Franklin said when he walked out and the woman asked him, "What kind of government have you given us?" "A republic, ma'am, if you can keep it." And he went on to say, him and the founding fathers, that our system of government was formed for a wholly religious and moral people. They said it is absolutely insufficient for the government of any other, because our form of government relies on people policing themselves, especially the politician. But in the last 60 plus years, our politicians have figured out how they can give away money for votes, how they can steal from the public trough, how they can all belly up to the public bar and get rich and fat. And it's disgusting. But you and I, the regular citizens, can't afford that. We don't have lobbyists chasing us down. And that's why we need things like term limits. You got a person who goes nuts. We try to help them, put them. I mean, whether you have to, get them a psychiatrist or therapy, or we call it mental illness. When all of, everything goes crazy, we're supposed to accept it as that societal change. No.
Answering the facts turns our children into idiots. They claim it's for our safety. I'll tell you what it really is. Removing information that empowers all the citizens. The truth doesn't damage points of view that are legitimate. They're trying to change amen to amen and women. How'd we let them make praying a microaggression? Instead of asking God for the strength to keep winning, we cheat to get ahead and then we ask him for forgiveness. Feminism.
Absolutely. They have removed information. They keep trying to censor truth, facts. They don't want people to know the truth because they want to feed people a narrative. They want to keep people dumb and stupid and ill-informed, stuck to a computer screen, numbed out with entertainment so that they can feed them the information that they want, tune them up like a robot, and let them go. And that's what they've been doing to us for decades. And we Americans need to wake up. Prayer is not a microaggression. Following your religion, trying to be a better person, whatever your religion happens to be. I'm a Christian, but whatever your religion happens to be, as long as you're pursuing morality and trying to be a better person, is not a microaggression. But they've turned it into that. Absolutely, they have. Wow, this is he is spot on with this.
Used to be the most righteous of fights, but these days it feels like they secretly hate guys. I don't trust anyone who bleeds for a week and don't die. I'm just kidding, but everything else that I said is right. They so fake woke. Facts don't care about feelings. They know they won't tell me what to believe in. They so fake woke. Same old safe zones. They so fake woke. Facts don't care about your feelings.
Awesome. Oh my gosh. He packs so much into a video that it's crazy. Like, you have to stop it every 10 seconds just to say something. That was outrageous. And I got a good laugh out of it. It wasn't as funny. It was not as funny as People So Stupid. However, that one line in the middle with the football team and the Virgin, oh my gosh, I'm going to think about that for hours. It still makes me laugh. Absolute riot. He's absolutely correct. And I love what he said, man. Facts do not care about feelings, and fake woke, and they're not going to tell me what to think. Don't let them tell you what to think either. Think for yourself. Have your own opinions. Back them up with facts. Even if you have to dig and dig and dig to find the real facts, because they're not available from a lot of the search engines nowadays. They get censored, you name it. But they're out there, and you can find them. And so let's all, as Americans, wake up, think for ourselves, back up our opinions with facts, and then let's be willing to engage in the public arena, in the discourse of ideas and the debate of ideologies, and let's let the truth win out. Because guess what? The truth is never afraid. The truth is never afraid of being seen. It's only lies that try to hide in the shadows. And so with that, hey man, I am loving Tom MacDonald. I hope you are. Shout out again to the whole Hog family. So great to be a part of you guys. I'm looking forward to many more Tom MacDonald rants and hopefully lots of laughter. Until then, now before I sign off, please smash that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications. Let us know how we're doing. We'd love to hear from you in the comments. I love interacting with all of the Hog family in the comments. And if you're one of those people who would love to know a little bit more about Jesus Christ, please message me in the comments. Message me at truthtalks411@gmail.com. Would love to interact with you. But until I see you next time, remember, God is good. He is faithful. He loves you, and it'll all be good in the end. And if it's not yet good, it's not yet the end. Catch you later.